Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I'm back with another video. How are you doing, Nick?
Super.
Super.
I'm extremely elevated right now, and I'm here.
I feel the sarcasm, you guys. He's
I'm
a little
here.
bit bitter because he just turned 35.
I am not bitter.
He's an
I'm
old
not.
man now, and he's having a hard time accepting that.
You're so full of fuck. Well, I did think though when I turned 35, like I thought this. I don't know, like when I originally thought this, maybe like 25. I was like, when I turn 35, that's when it's gonna be like the end of like it all. Not like that. Oh my god, girl. Not like that. I'm just saying like that's like when you're over the hill. I don't feel that way anymore because now I am 35.
35 and gay is like 55.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I love my senior citizen.
Yeah.
But that is not the topic of today's video. So I want to talk about 8 passengers and everything that's going on with that because it's a whole mess. But before I jumped into that, I did want to briefly talk about Mikayla and Nogueira. Now, a lot of people are talking about Mikayla because she won a Streamy for, I think, Entertainer of the Year.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I'm not going to knock her for that because she does have some entertaining qualities.
Should have been Liar of the Year.
Because the whole, no, I agree with that. But the whole Kim Kardashian and all that stuff is really honestly hilarious to me.
Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian.
But that's not what I want to talk about. Now, a lot of people are kind of upset with Mikayla because apparently she is supporting James Charles and Painted.
No shit. No shit. Are we surprised?
Knew it was coming.
Clap if you think she should suffer.
I'm not really surprised that Mikayla is wearing James Charles Painted brand at whatever the Streamys, this award show that was going on. First of all, very creepy as well that she recreated one of Jaclyn's most recent looks.
Very
like
weird.
Down to the earrings. She was missing like the necklaces. I'll give her that. But the Supreme has risen and Jaclyn is shriveling up into an old shrew right now.
You guys, there's a lot going on with Jaclyn. That's going to have to be like a completely separate video. But apparently Jaclyn responded to Marlena and Jen in a Reddit post, which I think is honestly crazy. But
it's so funny that Jaclyn would take the time to actually respond on Reddit. A lot of people are saying that maybe that wasn't her, but I don't know how it couldn't be her because there were some screenshots of like text messages as well as emails. But you can respond on a Reddit. Like you're going to really make Jaclyn R. Hill or whatever the fuck the name was and then respond on a snark Reddit about you where you know that everyone is going to just drag you. And that's what happened because the moderators over there had to turn it into like a no more commenting type of thing because they were dragging the fuck out of Jaclyn.
I'm not condoning that at all. But what I am saying is,
oh, girl, Jaclyn goes scream into the fucking void about it because you know she's probably screaming right now into her fucking pillow.
Yeah, she's probably blaming everybody but herself.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the corner crying, drinking about it.
Woe is me. Poor Jordan.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jordan.
But anyway, back to Mikayla. It's not shocking to me that she's supporting Predator Paints at all. We kind of seen that coming, right?
Yeah.
But when whoever made this comparison on Twitter between Mikayla and Jaclyn, that really threw me for a loop because that's some single white female shit.
No, the fucking transformation is complete. I know. Let me tell you my theory about this. Let me tell you my theory about this because, and I think I'm fucking right. Y'all gonna have to let me know down in the comment section if you think I'm right or wrong about this. Mikayla used to be that girl that was in Jaclyn's comment section throwing some shade at her and just being like a little rude and a little nasty. Definitely envious of what Jaclyn Hill had going on, especially from that comment where it was like, "Oh, it must be so difficult to sit around and post YouTube videos all day."
Yeah,
and now that's what Mikayla does. Yeah, except for on TikTok. But the point that I'm getting to is Mikayla was the envious girl back in the day. Mikayla has now emulated everything that Jaclyn Hill has fucking done. Yeah, and she's still continuing to do so. And Mikayla knows that she is what Jaclyn Hill used to be. And Jaclyn Hill now, no. There is definitely
some hateration and some holleration.
Yes. No, but I honestly do think that Mikayla kind of like, gets off a little bit on the fact that she is the new Jaclyn and she has become exactly what Jaclyn Hill was. And Jaclyn Hill ain't got that shit no more. No. Jaclyn Hill can't come back like that.
No, it's just, it's so cringe though. It's so obvious. Like Mikayla definitely has tried to mimic Jaclyn.
I think I think it's a little like I'll wear your face.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
I think it might be.
But you guys are going to have to let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on that down below. Are you surprised that Mikayla's supporting Predator Paints and James Charles? And let me know what you think about her basically emulating Jaclyn Hill, because we know the hate comments that you were just mentioning. It's just funny to me that Mikayla's doing this now, because it in my opinion, it's like mean girl behavior, because she's trying to get in on Jaclyn.
That's fucking weird. What's next?
So now we have to talk about 8 passengers. Now, before we get into this, I'm not going to say that I know all the ins and outs. I think that this is just an important thing to talk about, because it is kind of about, well, no, it's not kind of about, it is about alleged child abuse. Now, we've talked about family channels, not a lot, but a lot. You know,
I don't like family channels.
I don't either.
Shut them all down.
I don't,
in my
either.
opinion.
You know, they just recently, I'm not sure which state, there was a law passed in some state where if you have a child that is on like any kind of like monetized platform, you have to set money aside, because so many parents these days are taking advantage of their children. Because look at what happened with little Tay.
Yeah, I think it's Illinois that did that.
Good for them. I think
that's where it
that's
is.
important. So with all that said, we really just do not like family channels. Of course, not every family channel is bad. I just think
The ones that exploit their children, the ones that will dump invisible ink onto some carpet and make their child think that they destroyed carpet, where they then scream in their face and that kind of fucking shit. Those are the ones that I'm referring to. Now, if someone comes on camera and they're like showing their child, like, oh, this is what we did today, and they don't seem like they're exploiting them, like, girl, by all fucking means, if you want to put your kid on the internet, put your kid on the fucking internet. Personally, for me, I feel like if I had a child, I wouldn't want them on the internet, just because I know there's people like James Charles out there that are waiting to prey on them.
And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks, and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
Yeah.
I got time for that. I will catch a charge.
Okay, so I'm looking down at my notes because I'm bad with names, especially when it comes to things that I don't cover all the time. So this is Ruby Franke and Jodi Hilderbrandt. Now, Ruby is the mom of 8 passengers. Now, if you don't remember all the shit that they got into, I believe that they had sent their 4-year-old to school, and I think she didn't either prepare her lunch or something. For some reason, the kid did not have lunch, and the mom was basically like, this is your own fault, when it's a 4-year-old.
Is the 4-year-old supposed to make their own fucking lunch?
I don't remember the specifics. I just remember that the kid did not have lunch, and she basically said it was the consequences of her own actions. The kid was 4 fucking years old.
I gave Julie a tongue lashing that will not ever be repeated nor recorded. I'm only going to say it one more time, and then you're going to lose the privilege to eat dinner.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months and then give it back like a couple of weeks ago.
I don't care if yours know that. You're sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October. They gave my room back like 2 weeks ago.
Hold those for me. If you cut one more thing in my house, I'm going to take the scissors, look at me, and I'm going to cut its head off. We don't allow our children to have sleepovers.
It's a different world.
It's a different world we live in now. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think that I made my lunch at 4 years old.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't remember the specifics. I remember mentioning it in a video. But apparently Ruby got away from 8 passengers, and she linked up with this person named Jodi Hilderbrandt. Now, they have this like podcast together.
Wait, got away from them?
Yeah.
Did she run away?
No, they quit posting over there. They started deleting videos. They kind of like got away from it because Ruby got into this podcast with this person that I'm talking about, this Jodi bitch, right?
Okay.
Like, you know, people used to be called retarded, and there was no negative connotation to that, but someone or some group put negative connotation onto retarded. And some of you are cringing like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that. And there's nothing bad about retard. It just means slow. I'm retarded in several areas, like baking's one of them. I'm 50 years old. I didn't know what a sieve was. That's a little slow.
Now, they've both been arrested. Now, let me give you the TLDR about Ruby and everything that's happened, right? So 8 passengers. It was a pretty big channel. I can't remember how many millions of followers they had, right?
Yeah.
You've talked about them. A lot of drama channels have talked about them because the way they raise their kids, the way they discipline their kids, it's kind of like, it's very weird, right?
They're Mormon.
Yes.
Okay. No, but when you showed me the video and I was watching the clip, that's the immediate thing that popped into my mind was, oh, these people must be Mormon. Like definitely like jean skirts
Scary
down
vibes.
to the floor with some clogs.
Right. Well, the oldest kid ended up getting away, right? So
Okay.
she ended up moving in with, I think, some extended family, and she ended up going off to university. She's in school now, so she's living her life the way she wants to without her mom and crazy ass dad there telling her how to live her life.
Yep.
Well, apparently she, for a long time now, has been wanting to report her parents and all of that because she posted on Instagram a picture of the police arresting Ruby, her mother. Is that not wild?
This is messy, but you know what? Good for her. Good for her.
Now, this picture is kind of like really heartbreaking if you think about it because it says finally. So, I mean, that can mean a lot of things for her. I can only imagine like the mental anguish and everything that went in behind this, the anxiety and all of that. So, for her to be able to post this and feel some kind of relief that her mom is now going to be facing some kind of consequences for the shit that she put her through.
Yeah, and maybe she has like said things before and nobody listened. And now finally.
I think that's the case because that happens a lot, you know, right?
So, who's this other one? You got Ruby.
Yeah, no, we're going to get into her. I want to talk a little bit more about what Sherry said.
Okay.
Now, after she posted the post about the police and stuff, she said, "Hi all, today has been a big day. Me and my family, we're so glad justice is being served. We've been trying to tell the police and CPS for years about this and so glad they finally decided to step up.
Good.
Kids are safe, but there's a long road ahead. Please keep them in your prayers and also respect their privacy." So there's still kids, like there's still like minor kids that were like at play in this whole situation. So she had to make sure that all of them were safe and taken care of before she could do what she needed to do to handle this.
Well, good. And speaking of CPS, I just saw over on TikTok, maybe someone in the comment section can let us know this is like a real thing or not. I just saw that now there's not going to be any anonymous calls into CPS.
Good.
Right? Because you know a lot of people will try to get at people and try to ruin their lives, and they'll call in some false shit to CPS to try to get people in fucking trouble. That's just so I don't care like how much you fucking hate someone to fuck with their kids in that manner, knowing how bad the fucking system is for children if they get fucking taken away. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Pieces of shit. Now, you were talking about this Jodi person right now. Being completely transparent and honest, I don't know a lot about her outside of just like quickly browsing over the internet.
Have you ever known someone named Jodi?
Jodi Foster.
I have one story about someone named Jodi, and that's when I had my
I do know somebody named Jodi, actually,
in New York City. And my friend Kim was staying with me. I guess the person that lived next door to me, they were a little bit like maybe off their rocker, and we would hear like scratching on the wall. And so we put our ear up to her one time, and I don't know what it was. It was like Jodi, and that's just the name that was said. That's what I remember. Every time someone says the name Jodi, I don't know. That's what I think.
That's weird. Now, I could be getting this all wrong, but I believe that this Jodi person has this Truth in Parenting or Truth in Something podcast. And Ruby teamed up with her, and they've kind of been like besties ever since, right?
Okay.
So she's given her these really weird views. And a lot of, from what I've seen on the comments on the internet, a lot of people think that she's wrapped her up into this and she's kind of like taking control of Ruby.
Oh, so you think that she's like manipulated her?
A lot of people think that. I don't know enough about the situation to like really make that decision to say that, but a lot of people think that.
It would probably be actually really easy for her to like get her hands a hold of her in that way if she's been so wrapped up in like Mormon lifestyle and all of that. It's not the Mormons, they do like the polygamy shit too.
Yeah.
I mean, she had 8 kids.
No, I mean
8 kids.
Yeah.
8. That's
crazy.
That's not including her and the husband, the 8 passengers. The passengers are the kids. Holy shit, man.
That's a lot of mouths to feed.
Holy fucking shit.
That's like sister wives.
Oh my God.
I can't, like, Nick watches a
should be a limit.
polygamy.
There should be a limit. There should be. Why do you 8 kids?
I don't know. Why do these people have to go on a podcast and basically shun and shame people for being who they are?
Yeah, that's true.
LGBTQ. And I think there's an I now. Plus. Okay, it's another of these movements that are going on in our world that is divisive.
Well, it is. I mean, they're putting meaning on the words, and it's constantly changing, so it's putting people on edge. Like, did I say that right? Did I miss a letter?
That's right. Did I miss something? Do I not know? Oh, you don't know what that means? I mean, how many times? I mean, I work with people every day, and not every day, but probably once a week, somebody says a word like cisgender was the last word I learned. I'm like, what in the heck is that? It's just a made up word that someone placed meaning on.
I don't know. I'm just joking around. I knew some families when I was growing up that had like 6, 7 kids.
Oh, I come from a
It's got to
big
be,
family.
but I think it's cool to like have a big family like that.
It is, unless you have like cult views and you're trying to start a fucking fundamentalist cult, right? But you guys, if you're following this story, please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I think it's really important to talk about things like this, especially when there's kids involved and it's a social media influencer or ex-influencer, whatever this Ruby bitch is, because I've never liked her, and anything I've ever reported on her, it's never been anything good. It's always been bad. Her energy and her aura is just gross.
I don't like family channels. I will say that until the day that I'm no longer on YouTube or social media. I don't like them. I think that they are exploiting their fucking children.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, not every single one is bad. I'm just saying majority.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't put money aside for their children, and they're out there.
Don't.
The parents are living like their best dreams off of their kids' back. So it's like investigation.
But you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you made it this far in this video, leave me the moon emoji, because we just had the super blue moon. It was beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
It was nice. It's finally cooling down in Texas. Finally.
No,
a little bit.
No, the fuck it's
Just
not.
a little bit.
No, the fuck it's not. We had 2 days in the high 90s, and now it's going to go back up to the hundreds, but hopefully by like mid-September.
I'm so ready for fall.
They said it's going to be like a really stormy and like crappy winter.
I'm so ready for it. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to get back into making content more this month, because there's a lot going on now where there wasn't this time last month. But I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video.
Bye.
Bye, guys.